You're watching Celtic Fans TV. Please don't forget to subscribe below. Disappointing result tonight, obviously. What did you make of the performance?
It was shambolic. Team selection seemed to me he was unsure where to play Nisham or McGregor, who's been out of form, so he played both of them. Dropped to full back. Shambolic the first half. To be fair to McGregor, going forward better in the second half, but then of course goals conceded, 4 goals. I think that the goalie looked a bit suspect tonight a few times as well, you know, but I thought it was just an absolute shambles from us, you know, and yet great play going forward. But
I think we had our best midfielder at left back, because the left back we signed was clearly, or so far, is not good enough. Disjointed the team, and I think that caused us.
Just simply wasn't good enough, was it? Here we are again, new season, same old problems. It's all fine and well scoring 3 goals, but when you score 4, when you concede 4, you're always going to be up against it, especially against a well-organised team like Cluj.
I didn't come all this way from Kent for nothing. Excuse my voice here, but no, I didn't perform well tonight. Too many mistakes at the back. I've said they made their mistakes as well, but I think they were just more clinical. I think Cham controlled the midfield, but I don't understand why he was playing McGregor, which he controls the ball fantastically in the centre midfield at left back.
Brighton Paul, that really is. 3 really stupid errors. If Brown doesn't give away that handball for a pelt, we were through. It's as simple as that.
Touched on McGregor coming in at left back there. That backfired on us, didn't it? Because they caused us no end of problems down that side.
Aye, I mean, just all the time. It was their out ball all the time. They knew straight away. There's no way we could have been better playing the big fella, Bully. It was as if Twitter had picked the team the night and they'd gone with it, you know.
Yeah, I think you don't have your best midfielder at left back, and we did, because the left back we signed for Tierney so far hasn't been good enough. I think the board have to spend a bit more money, because we're being a bit too frugal, I would say. And I think until they realise that, we're not going to get through the Champions League.
Yeah, massively. I don't see Callum McGregor is no use at left back. You know, I mean, we brought in a £3 million player who I think it was a surprise to all of us when we found out he wasn't playing, even though he hasn't been as convincing. But you would rather have him in there rather than a player who's out of position. You know, and you know he's not going to do anything from there. You know.
No, it didn't. They exposed that. They played well down the left hand side, and that was our weakness at the end of the day, and they exposed that. End of the day, I think the best team won. I don't think the referee was that great tonight either. They were playing up to their tricks, but as I say, better team won in my opinion.
Well, McGregor was our best player last year in midfield. You can't put him at left back. We put him at left back at Ibrox, and it probably cost us a game there last year. But it's the player recruitment that's annoying me.
Concerning, do you find that both Julian and Bolingoli spent tonight on the bench, given that we've invested £10 million in them?
Right, 10 million. That's the big worry as well, isn't it? How worse could the centre half and left back have been than what was out there tonight? And I thought the game management tonight, both Nisham and Brown. Brownie ridiculous with the penalty, but Nisham and Brown looked knackered for a long time, but we never replaced them until it was too late, till the game had swung away from us, you know.
I think Julian's obviously lacking a bit of fitness based on what I've heard. Bolingoli hasn't been good enough so far, which meant, to be fair to Lennon, I was happy that he put somebody else at left back, but the problem is we didn't have another good left back. We had to put our best centre midfielder at left back.
A question I do, when you spend that kind of money on 2 players, you know, you expect them to play, especially in a big game like this. You know, the tie was in the balance, you know, after the first leg, so you would have expected to see them both start.
It is quite concerning. I don't know why. For the last couple of games that I have seen, he's played really well. And I just very much question why you're playing, so you spend that amount of money but you're not starting him in a game as crucial as this.
He didn't trust him. So, and the boy Julian, he looked a bit shaky at Motherwell, but it's a good job we're not going any further, because we hot Champions League teams, I would fear the worst in there.
We've obviously lost a lot of key players in defence, and you can see on Saturday with the errors that we made, and tonight it's just sloppy defensive errors that have cost us, isn't it?
Aye, it is, I'm afraid, and no matter how much we're going forward, and we really need, I mean, we expected, when that money came in for Tierney, we were expecting to see something happening, a wee bit of inventiveness. I don't expect the 25 million to be spent or anything like that, but I expected somebody else up at Celtic Park the following day, not even necessarily a left back, because we've bought one of them, but maybe somebody centre midfield, or maybe sort of right back or something like that, but nothing, stuff we don't have a plan, you know.
Obviously, this is the same stage we went out at last season, so do you think what this shows us is that we're a Europa League team?
At the moment, aye, definitely, unless we get serious investment in, do you know what I mean, to improve. I mean, going forward, I mean, I think we saw enough to say that, you know, we can create chances and we definitely can score the goals. It's just the defence. It always seems to be the defence at this stage, isn't it? You know what I mean? Say, oh, we're great going forward, but we've got a poor defence, you know what I mean? So I think the most investment needs to go into there.
At the moment, yes. I just don't think there's enough investment going in. I know you spend, like I say, big money on that, but I just think we're not quite there yet for Champions League. I say like Europa League, we'll just have to settle for that. I mean, there's still a chance we get into Europe, but you know, you want to be having Champions League nights here. That's what it's for.
Definitely. I think that the buck starts at the top from the board. I think Peter Lawwell has to spend some money. I mean, they said they had contingency plans for Kieran Tierney leaving. We've not seen anything. I mean, they're going on about Greg Taylor. I think he's a decent player for Kilmarnock, but I don't think he's Celtic class. No disrespect to the guy.
Improving because we're not buying better players. We're not buying better players than we've got. That's the only thing that will make you improve. If you get better players than you want, it's actually there. And we've not got that. The two guys are on the bench, they're not good enough to start in that first team tonight. That tells it all.
In terms of level of investment, yeah, I think we're trying to be a Rolls Royce with a Ford investment, and that's just not good enough. I think they need to really step up their game and spend some money. I'm not saying be reckless with money, but spend a bit more.
Yeah, and I mean last year we just couldn't see me go out the Europa League either because we were really mediocre, but everybody else kept getting beat and Rosenborg sort of saved us eventually. But that's exactly where we are. I think the board's ambitions have been fulfilled tonight, and I thought this is where we are, and still got to play another qualifying game now, you know, it's quite frightening.
Can you pick a man of the match? I thought Edouard was terrific second half.
I thought between Edouard and Cham, I can't really pick between the two of them, but they were involved. I think they were involved with both of the goals. One of the two, probably in Cham or Edouard. Probably Edouard.
Thought Eddie done all right. Got his goal, held the play up reasonably well, but yeah, at this minute it's feeling very raw.
I think positive in Cham. I thought Griffiths looked lively when he came on. Johnson I didn't think did too much, but I think Edouard was terrific. Edouard was terrific for us. But I think in Cham, because he held up well. He controlled that midfield in my opinion. I think Aya was shocking, absolutely shocking. I think he was probably the main culprit tonight for the mistakes.
Well, Big Eddie's still a star, and I thought Ryan Christie was excellent tonight. A really strong performance. A shame he had to pay in the losing team. And we James, he produced a couple of minutes of magic as well. But just this bit of lack of structure and everything. You know, it was one. I thought the game was game management maybe beat on any of the twice we were leading. So, you know, 2-1 or 3-2. But just poor.